Chapter 227. Black Night Hell. Yawn. Running Stream suddenly yawned, which caused him to touch his nose in a somewhat depressed manner, and muttered under his breath, saying, "Strange, who's thinking of me? Can't it be those enemies? That's not right. I killed a bunch of devilish fools only a short while ago. No one should dare to look for trouble from me lately, right? Forget it. My experience in the orthodox demon battlefield is almost over. When I've been to the 9 heavens Mirage realm to see it all, it's time to return to the heavenly Tao sect." Counting the time, Junior Brother should already be in the spirit sealing space. I don't know if he's arrived in Earth City yet. Thinking of Kangchon, a trace of a smile appeared on Rivers of Death's face. With that map of mine, Senior Brother should be able to reach the City of Heaven very smoothly. He, are you Shui? Liu smiled smugly, thinking that he had dispatched Senior Brother with a single free map, and that he had even made Senior Brother like it much better than eldest brother and second senior brother. Right. The battlefield of the City of Earth is the most dangerous time every night. This is something I seem to have forgotten to remind Senior Brother about. But Senior Brother should be able to get some information about it in the City of Earth, right? I hope he's prepared. Otherwise he won't be able to withstand the attacks of countless ferocious beasts without reaching the invincible level. Running water currents, Smile suddenly froze, and he laughed dryly as he suddenly thought of a crisis in the City of Earth's battlefield. Among the 3 battlefields in the spirit sealing space, the only battlefield that had night and day was the City of Earth's battlefield. The City of Earth's battlefield in the daytime didn't have any crises. As long as they weren't killed by the other trialists, they wouldn't be in danger. But at night, the battlefield of the City of Earth would be very scary, because at night, there would be countless ferocious beasts that would awaken from their slumber, and they would cover the entire battlefield of the City of Earth like an infinite torrent, and wherever they passed, no cultivator would be able to withstand them. Unless you were able to reach the invincible level in order to sweep through this group of countless ferocious beasts, you would surely die. Of course, compared to those ferocious beasts, the cultivators were very smart, and they built stronghold after stronghold in the battlefield of the City of Earth. Gathering the strength of all the people, they could easily withstand the attacks of the darkness ferocious beasts, and these strongholds were the safe roads leading to the City of Heaven. However, any cultivator who set out from the City of Earth would only be safe if they found the strongholds before darkness came. As long as the cultivators who had lived in the City of Earth for some time, they were all very clear about the terrifying battlefield of the City of Earth. So as long as they didn't run around, very few people would die under the claws of the ferocious beasts. Junior Brother isn't an idiot. He should have inquired about good news beforehand. Besides, this isn't a secret, as long as the cultivators who have spent some time in Earth City know about it. Running Water Current thought like this, then shook his head and disappeared into the sky. Spirit sealing space, the City of Earth battlefield. At this moment, the sun had already descended to the horizon, and the sky was beginning to darken. However, Kangchon's trio didn't sense any crisis. They were instead very comfortable. This was because, as the sun descended, the cool evening breeze brought a sense of coolness to this scorching earth. Kangchon's 3 people had endured a whole day of sizzling barbecue, and at this moment, when they suddenly felt this cool breeze, their mood was naturally extraordinarily good. But they didn't know that the fatal crisis had gradually approached them, or rather the entire City of Earth battlefield. Underneath the earth of the vast and boundless Earth City battlefield, a pair of blood-red eyes slowly opened, and from within those pairs of blood-colored eyes, one could clearly feel that bloodthirsty aura. Roar. A roar resounded in the darkness of the night, and then the entire Earth City battlefield was no longer calm. The sun slowly set, and the entire battlefield of Earth City began to be shrouded in darkness. However, Kangchon's trio did not have any surprise about this. Anyway, they were all cultivators, and they were able to clearly see their surroundings even at night. In fact, there was no longer any difference between night and day for them. So even at night, the three of them, Kangchon, were still rushing non-stop. "Brother, I have a feeling." Little Gold, who was running, suddenly stopped, his two golden eyes filled with vigilance, and his entire body's golden hairs were all rooted up, with a feeling like he was facing a great enemy. Kangchon and Fanjin also stopped. They also felt the same crisis, especially Kangchon. His spiritual sense was the most powerful. When the sun completely went down, he felt that this battlefield had changed. "Be careful. I sense that many powerful auras have locked onto us," Kangchon reminded the two of them. And then his eyes scanned the surroundings sternly, and he realized that he was unexpectedly unable to sense where these auras were coming from. Because at this moment, the surrounding earth was a void. There was nothing other than boulders, and the sky was even more impossible. Where exactly did this inexplicably powerful aura come from? Suddenly, Kangchon's three people were suddenly startled. The three people's sight snapped to the ground. They glanced at each other. They all saw the shock in each other's eyes. "Not good. It's underground," Xiaojin shouted. Before the words fell, the earth shook and the entire battlefield of Earth City was in turmoil. Roar, roar, roar. An earth-shattering roar came out from beneath the earth as if countless lightning bolts were thundering. And the Kangchon trio retreated in utter shock, but they were unable to retreat without a way out as a behemoth-like figure crawled out from beneath the earth, all around them. The figures of these unknown creatures from beneath the earth were very large, and each of them was black in color, as if they were clad in black iron armor. Their shapes were more or less the same, only their body sizes varied. How is it possible? What exactly are these? Brahma's heart was shocked. Kangchon and Xiaojin were also full of heaviness. They couldn't see the sky and the earth at the moment, as the huge bodies of black ferocious beasts were everywhere around them, and they didn't know how many there were. "Kill. We have no choice but to kill our way out," Xiaojin shouted. At this time, a huge black ferocious beast had already come towards them, and there were several other black ferocious beasts on the side that were ready to move. Without any unnecessary nonsense, Xiaojin was the first to strike. His body became as huge as those black ferocious beasts. His whole body was emitting a blazing golden light, like a sun, shining on the earth. All of a sudden, the surroundings were bright. Kangchon and Brahmashan also jumped up high, the two of them scanning the surroundings with their gazes, ready to strike. However, when they jumped up and saw the scene around them, the three of them were completely shocked. Scanning the surroundings from their height, the entire battlefield of Earth City was filled with endless black ferocious beasts that could not be counted. "Dao brother, we have no way to escape." A bitter smile appeared on Vanshin's face. Kangchon's eyes were gloomy, with his senses. These black ferocious beasts weren't powerful. The only trouble was that there were too many of them. Even he wasn't sure how many days to support them. If the entire battlefield of the City of Earth is filled with these powerful ferocious beasts, how many people can arrive at the City of Heaven alive? "We must have missed some important news," Kangchon said in a deep voice. The three of them were very helpless after they arrived in the City of Earth. Apart from that battle with the Overlord, they had spent most of their time in seclusion and had not inquired about the situation of the City of Earth's battlefield. They had originally thought that there wasn't much difference between the City of Earth battlefield and the City of Man battlefield. Right? And they still had the map, so they didn't care at all. Unexpectedly, they now encountered this kind of thing. Boom. There was no extra time for the Kangchon trio to think. Endless black ferocious beasts were already pouncing, and the entire battlefield of the City of Earth was boiling. Little Gold roared up to the sky, his golden-colored fists constantly waving, like two giant dragons roaring, blasting all the black ferocious beasts rushing in from the surroundings. "Ha ha ha. It's nothing more than that. With this amount of strength you dare to come and be arrogant," Seeing this scene, Xiaojin instantly laughed out loud. Although the number of black ferocious beasts was large, but their strength was indeed not good. For some king-level cultivators, they were still a threat. But for a royal-level powerhouse like him, it was simply a punch to solve one. On the other side, Brahma Heart did the same. He displayed his 8-armed Vajra, and with each strike, he was able to blast 8 black ferocious beasts. "Be careful, there are stronger ferocious beasts," Kang Qian shouted, his eyes staring at a one-horned ferocious beast amongst the beasts. This black ferocious beast was much larger than the others, and there was also a silver unicorn horn on top of his head, making him appear extraordinary. King level. Kang Qian's heart shook. This was a king-level ferocious beast. Of course, with his strength, not to mention king-level ferocious beasts, he didn't care even if it was royal level. However, the problem was that there were many more of these silver unicorn beasts amongst the beasts in the back, and if they were all to pounce over, even a royal level powerhouse wouldn't be able to withstand them. Even if Kang Qian could fight 10,000 with one, it was impossible for him to fight against 100,000, 1 million, 10 million beasts alone. And now the entire battlefield of Earth City was filled with black beasts, the number of which was simply unknown. Raw. While Kang Qian was shocked that silver-colored one-horned ferocious beast had already pounced, its powerful aura shaking all the surrounding black ferocious beasts out. It was definitely at the king level. HMPH. Kang Qian snorted coldly as a long black blade appeared in his hand and directly slashed out. Plop. The powerful king-level ferocious beast was thus cut in half by Kang Qian and died miserably. However, Kang Qian did not feel the slightest bit of relief in his heart. His eyes were still filled with gravity as many king-level beasts around him began to charge and kill. These black ferocious beasts were endless, and they advanced and retreated in an orderly fashion. When the low-level ferocious beasts were unable to cause harm to Kang Qian's trio, those king-level ferocious beasts began to move out. And even further away, there was also a mighty figure that was opening its blood-red eyes and staring at this place closely. On the other side of the battlefield of the City of Earth, in a small city made of boulders, countless figures of cultivators were spread around the city walls, killing the black ferocious beasts that were charging in. With the thick city walls and the combined efforts of the many cultivators, no matter how many ferocious beasts there was no way for them to charge in. On one of the city walls to the east of this city, there stood two familiar and powerful figures. They turned out to be the Black Demon King and the 100 Changes King. Black Demon King. It's really spectacular. If there were no strongholds to guard, even 10 of me wouldn't be able to survive. The 100 Changes King. The countless black ferocious beasts pouncing in front of him, his eyes filled with shock. This was the closest stronghold to the City of Earth, but all the cultivators of the City of Earth were very clear about the horrors of the City of Earth's battlefield. And apart from invincible powerhouses, no one dared to face these endless numbers of black ferocious beasts alone. Therefore, as early as a long time ago, there were trialists who had started building these strongholds. And in terms of a daytime unit, they set the distance between the two strongholds, arriving at the first stronghold from the City of Earth. As long as one's cultivation wasn't too poor, one would be able to make it here before evening, and the same was true for arriving at the next stronghold distance. Only in this way, through a stronghold, could one arrive at the City of Heaven safely. Of course, in that last area, it was impossible to build a stronghold, and in the end, one still had to rely on one's own strength. But no matter what, these strongholds could give the many cultivators time to cultivate, so that they could live peacefully in the City of Earth battlefield. I wonder how many days that a Gemini Emperor will be able to hold out. What a pity. A strong person like that just suffocated and died here. The Dark Demon King laughed, his face filled with gloating.